In a quiet village surrounded by dark forests and cold winds, there lived a 17-year-old girl named Sara. She had lost her parents in a car accident when she was a child, and since then her grandmother had raised her with love and care. They lived together in a small, wooden house at the edge of the village. It was an old house with creaking floors, dusty shelves, and a strange window in the living room, one that was always locked from the outside. Sara had always been curious about that window. One day, while cleaning, she asked, "Grandma, why is this window locked? It doesn't even open." Her grandmother's face grew serious. "That window must never be opened, child. It's not just a window, it's a door, and what's outside must never be allowed in. Promise me you'll never touch it." Sara nodded, but curiosity stayed in her heart like a quiet itch that refused to go away. One stormy night, while thunder roared and rain crashed against the roof, her grandmother suddenly fell ill. Sara gave her medicine and helped her lie down in bed. After making sure she was asleep, Sara sat by the fireplace, reading a book, trying to calm herself while the storm raged outside. That's when she heard it. Tap, tap, tap. The sound was soft, almost like gentle knocking. It was coming from the locked window. Sara froze. She looked at it carefully. The lock was still in place, but the window was trembling lightly. She walked slowly toward it. Just as she was about to step away, she heard a whisper. "Let me in. I'm cold." Sara's heart raced. She looked around the room. "Who's there?" she asked in a trembling voice. There was no reply. She turned to leave when the sound came again. Tap, tap, tap. And this time the voice was clearer. "I'm just like you." Panic took over her body. She ran to her grandmother's room and shook her awake. "Nani, there's something at the window." Her grandmother's eyes opened slowly, and when she heard Sara's words, they filled with fear. "Did you speak to it?" she asked. "I only asked who it was." Her grandmother struggled to sit up. "You shouldn't have. That window is cursed. Many years ago, something evil came through it. It took my sister. She opened the window, and she was never seen again." "What does it want now?" Sara whispered. "It wants a body, a life. It can't come in unless it's invited. That's why the window stays locked." Sara stayed awake the whole night beside her grandmother, holding a candle tightly. The storm outside grew stronger, and the voice returned. "Sara, it's me, your mother. I've come back to take you with me." Sara began crying. "You're not my mother. My mother is dead." The voice laughed softly. "Then come with me. I'll make you forget everything." Suddenly the fireplace went out, and the room turned cold. Then came a loud clank. The outside lock had broken. Sara turned slowly to see the window swing open, letting in a blast of cold air, and a tall, thin figure stepped inside. It had no face, only darkness. Its hands were long. Its feet left black footprints on the floor. Sara pulled her grandmother and locked them inside the bedroom. A few moments later came a knock at the door. Knock, knock. Then the voice again. "Sara, I'm here now, let me in." She remembered something her grandmother once said. "Evil fears the light." With shaking hands, she lit the candle. As soon as the light spread, the shadow behind the door screamed, a horrible, twisted sound that echoed like a dying wind. Then there was silence. She stayed like that until morning. When the sun finally rose, Sara opened the door slowly. The house looked normal, except for the broken window lock and the black footprints leading from the window. Not into the center of the room this time, but toward the kitchen. Sara followed them, her candle still in hand. The footprints ended at a large mirror on the kitchen wall. She looked into the mirror. Her own reflection stared back. But just as she turned to walk away, her reflection smiled. Sara froze. She hadn't smiled. The reflection raised a hand and waved at her. Sara didn't move. Then the reflection whispered from behind the glass, "Thank you for opening the window. Now let me out." The candle flickered. Then it went out. The next day, the villagers found the house abandoned. The grandmother was lying in bed, barely breathing, but Sara was gone, disappeared. They never found her body, but some say if you walk past that house during a storm and look into the kitchen mirror, you'll see Sara standing there, and she'll whisper to you, "Let me out."